Please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, did you capture it?
Junior DJ.
Just let it slip.
Exclusive remix.
B-boys hit the flow with it. Up in Jamaica, let me see your heel toe with it. Clown and crump with it. A-town stump with it. At the set, juggalettes make they double D's jump to this house on the hill. Relative drill. Bow Wow said he do me up a red grill. Bust a bus, saluted the 5-6 bill. Cody Water, he showed me a lot in this business for real storming. In Salt Lake City, performing. Out of their garments before the morning, I'm charming. Leaving them torn, mess with the boys, you get the horns. Nina gets with a beauty that's disforming. Misery's behind me, labels trying to sign me. Ain't too many who don't know just who the tech 9 be. If she looking for something with a future so shiny, Kansas City, Missouri is where she gon' find me.
And juicing what's the use, cause I'm a hopeless thug. There ain't no love, reminiscing on how close we were way back in the day, before they put the crack in the way. And hey, how much money can you stack in the deck? Just kick you up, collect calls for my niggas and cup. I recollect we used to ball, now just living's enough. I stand tall in the winter, summer, spring, and fall. Thug for life, sprawled all across the wall and all. About my dollars, make me wanna holler, drop an album, sell a million, give a fuck about tomorrow. I know it's getting crazy after dark, these marks. Keep on up in the public, ain't no fear in my heart. What's going on in the ghetto? Still struggling, strive. I still roll with the heater, smoking chocolate top. In '94, I'll be going solo. Too many problems of my own, so I'm rolling solo.
Hey, what's up? Good evening for my North American people, and for you Aussies that are checking in, good day and good morning. It's super early your time. These guys are 12 hours ahead. Some of these guys are 14 hours. I know the guys, I had to check the times. Anybody who's in Perth is 12 hours ahead, so they're 10 a.m. These guys are smashing coffee right now, but the other guys on the other side of the island over there in Sydney, they are 12 noon their time. So anyway, wow, did this just happen so quick? I'm trying to see if are we actually going to get started right on time? I can't believe it. These guys, well, they just gave the password out like literally 2 minutes ago, and well, they're stacked in the server. And I don't know if this is an official flip, but if you guys just pause, wait for me for a second, I'll give you all the details. So, oops, here we go. Hang on. Let me get in Red. I got to get in Red Rockets squad today. Yeah, man, this happened really quick. Wow. He is in a tank squad. All right, cool. And crewman. Yeah, this can't be live. They haven't all loaded up yet. So we do have a few minutes, I believe. But bear with me. It's Saturday night for most of us, so we're just kind of going to take it easy a little bit. But yeah, let me get this camera set up for you guys. Man, this might be official. Yeah, we'll have to just get right in here because I don't think. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's. Yeah, this looks pretty serious. Let me just check. 98 full. Okay, so I don't think it's live. Hang on, I think these guys are just goofing around. Our Brazilian, Bom dia, Boa noche, Kingdom Do, Napalm, formerly of Sev H. They're out here. So anyway, let me give you the details. We didn't really have much time to go over the pregame, but this is a scrimmage, a friendly between Chimera, which is an Australian team, a well-known Australian team. These guys have been around for as long as I've been casting, one of the original Australian squads, and obviously they're playing against Syndicate, and here we are in the beautiful, lovely Utah beach. Kill Switch's favorite, of course. And anyway, so this is basically just a tune-up, we'll say, for seasonal, which both these teams are a part of, and seasonal is roughly, I want to say, about a week, maybe 2 weeks away. The rumor is it's gonna go off and get started the second week in April. So we're awfully close. These guys are going to use this as a warm-up. Now, this looks. We'll know in a second if these guys are really hitting this. And if it is, it definitely looks live. You know what? I'm going to try and get the head-to-head matchup real quick so you guys can see that so I don't miss the entire rollout. But I do have Chimera coming in as a slight favorite simply because Syndicate's gone through some roster issues and their communication and their experience might not be there quite yet. They have skillful shooters. We know this. And that is a bad start for the transport truck. So we're going to lock on. We've got 8 Snarky. Oh, and I'm missing my scoreboard. Hang tight. There we go. Now we're going to unlock from these guys and see how Chimera is doing on their start. It appears they've gotten a much, much better start. And the point being WN4, definitely from the Axis side, which Syndicate is, it's a hard retake if they lose it off the jump. Now, Grandma's house is fully controlled right now by Chimera. An absolute beautiful start for Chimera. And they've gained both the sheds. And this is a disastrous first start. That transport truck getting stuck is a huge problem right now for Syndicate. And we're going to say Vanguarda. Vanguarda is the Brazilian squad that is helping out with seasonal this year. So we're 50% capped. Grandma's house is secure. Now, if Syndicate can somehow get their bodies I'm not sure if they can get enough bodies in the cap. I don't think Syndicate's going to be able to stop this. It looks like it's pretty much going to go Chimera's way quite easily. Now it's all about the flip and how well your squad leaders. Let's take a quick look at maps. Yeah, Garrison situation is looking pretty good for the flip. It's just a matter of letting that time drop down. Squad leaders knowing to replace OPs. And they'll try and do their best to counterattack. This is all but official. WN4 going off in easy fashion to Chimera. Easy money right now. And like I said, because of all this barbed wire, you see these choke points, it makes WN4 a miserable place to try and recap. So from the looks of things, Syndicate Chimera Panzer IV backing up, doesn't have the infantry support. Not quite yet, but you can already see the importance of Grandma's house. The tank needs to clear with HE rounds to allow the infantry. You can see them hung up here. All the boys are waiting, hoping something big happens from the Panzer IV, or possibly even some artillery. We've got, I believe, heir apparent for Syndicate on the artillery. Okay, check that. It's Red Rocket. I'm in his squad. It is Red Rocket today on the artillery. You can see the mark he just got. So they're going to try their best to control this area, get a foothold, because this is your best approach into WN4, not through this choke point where a majority of the players here, they're hung up on the hedgerow. They're not going to be able to traverse this open field, especially with the choke points and the barbed wire everywhere. So it's really going to boil down to, can Syndicate get around and do it quickly enough before Chimera starts bringing tanks up and holding lanes, because it's going to get real nasty real quick. This is one of these maps that if you lose map control early, good luck breaking that stalemate. Flare going out for Chimera, just illuminating, seeing basically what's going on in the front door. You got DV sitting on top of the silo here. Gonna find that cherry position and just basically control everything in between those hedgerows. Anything that moves, it's dead. Okay, quick look at the map once again. Wondering if we have attack garrison. We do in F6. Now, again, the other key is you got to do things in progression. You can't just rush in. You have to make sure that you control Chapel. And then from Chapel, you can then bound to Grandma's house and then ultimately get in the back door from the south. You're not going to try to come across the 3. So the whole fight's going to be over this F column, I believe, and this is what you're seeing right here. This is your F column. This is your MSR running straight down. This is Grandma's house. We're passing, and a little bit further to the south, which is now controlled by Syndicate, the chapel. Okay. Gigadeath is up in a familiar perch. Now his position is super important. If he can hold lanes and allow infantry to push up to Grandma's house, now the only thing that's going to be an issue is you've got Krug, and let me tell you something, guys. I got a little bit of a treat for you. These gentlemen here, Krug, IK3, and these boys here, they were so wonderful as to get all these lower thirds to me and really help me out with the production that I'd asked them for. So let's just go in order. We've got IK. We've got Gus. And did I just forget the last guy? Krug, sorry, Krug, my boy Krug. Can I get you in there, Krug? Where you at there, Krug? There's my boy Krug. Would have liked to put 3 of those guys in a lower third together. But these guys literally DM'd me 24 hours ago and hooked me up real quick. So a lot of this stuff is going to be used for seasonal. Hopefully I get to catch these guys again. So we're just going to park it over here, maybe get a little bit higher up so you can see down. Okay, we got tank in, looks like F4. It's now marked by black shooter. The garrison that they did have once in F6 has now been removed. So Chimera is really smart. They know how to play this map. This is like the meta map for all Hell Let Loose matches. Everybody who's anybody knows this map. And they know the importance of controlling the area south. Roll this around. Now, my boy Jimmy the Hand. Come here, Jimmy. Jimmy's a very brave fellow. Gonna try and run that open field, Jimmy. Good luck. I hope you make it. Now, Jimmy's working his way south. Jimmy being our squad leader, putting that OP up. Oh, hey, what the hell just happened there? Did I just get locked under this? Wow. Wow, that has never happened for me. Holy shit. Note to all you casters out there, if you lock onto somebody and you go, and then you try to unlock, you get dumped underneath the terrain. Wow, now how the hell did you get up here, my guy? That is one hell of a vantage point. That is something special. Holo. Now we swing back around. Like I said, most of the attack is going to come from the creek here where you see Bat Up. And my boy Napalm. Bon dia. That is just comp life for you right there. Getting smashed by a bunch of tanks. It's never any fun. So he's going to be basically stuck there for a little bit. Probably going to try and get through in the creek and head north. But this is what happens. We were saying about tanks holding lanes. The looks like the Stuart, I think we identified earlier, is probably just sitting on the other edge of that hedge line. Now, Quintino, from what I've been following this guy for a little bit. I've watched him in the APL. He's one hell of a shooter. I've seen some of the crazy numbers this guy puts up, and he's going to be a nice added bonus for the Syndicate squad come seasonal time. One of their best shooters. Now you can see we've got rep stations built, so wow, and down goes the rep station. Beautiful artillery strike by. And let's see if we have our stats. I'm hoping we got our stats up. Well, might have to alt tab real quick. Oh, Panzer IV gets dumped on. Well, let's just quick. I'm going to park the bus right here. I'm going to try and grab those stats for you real quick. Just hold the phone real quick. All right, let's see if we can't get that again. We gotta fix the one second. You know, they flipped the map so many times, it's unbelievable. So let's get this thing up, and there we go. Much better. All right, stats are now officially good to go. Comp life. We had 2 repair stations and a Panzer IV here literally 10 seconds ago. Artillery decimated everything, and now Chimera knows what to do. They're filling that void. Artillery leading the way. And like I said earlier, man, it is a tough nut to crack once you go down on WN4, especially from the Axis side. And once again, I'm going to say shout out to all these guys. Panda Express, man. These guys literally, I've never seen a team in such a short amount of time hook me up with so many lower thirds. It's insane. He must be a skater, I swear. I bet you he could do some really crazy shit. He's parkour all the way. Wow. Whew. Now, Gang. Gang's also another guy who hooked me up, man. I swear, it's like half the team is here. I'm trying to peek that corner. Arc, Gang. Getting to know one another. He heard the shots. Arc. It's taken out by Panda. Let's check map. They're having a hell of a time. They've been cleared out of Grandma's house. Artillery's trying to shell the chapel to allow them to get in. So right now, Syndicate's having a hard time just getting to chapel. So Chimera making it really difficult for these guys to even get a foothold. Holy shit. Hang on a minute. I can't believe it. Did I actually... Man, if that's... that might be on me, boys and girls. Everything happened so quick last minute. I think I might have even forgot to hit the damn... Yeah, we won't even talk about that right now. Hey, listen. Recorded... Those of you that are going to catch it a little bit late, I always have a backup, so we're going to keep this thing rolling. You guys missed the first 20 minutes of the stream. I do apologize. Everything just happens to last minute. That's why I need those passwords and server information early just to get in and check. Just you got so much going on, and you know what? I've overlooked one little thing, like click on the studio and pick the stream. Ain't it? Anyway. As we just kind of just scroll to the south. Working their way up Syndicate, Vanguard through the canal. Where Mung Bean is. Now, in the distance, we've got Donut, Lycaon, and Complaints. Now, that tank might be a little bit pressed up. I'm curious to see why it's so far up. And what kind of tank are we looking at here? We're looking at a Sherman medium. You know, maybe it's one of those tanks that's just... It's a free one that spawns. You're going to use it. So the Sherman looks like it's backing up into a more defensive posture. Probably going to hug up onto one of those busted buildings. So sheds there with some inf. Protected 6. So, and again, we've said, or I said in the beginning, you're not going to see a large press or large push of Syndicate and Vanguardia from the top 3. It's very open, and, you know, DV here with his MG is just going to make things almost next to impossible to traverse. Now, if Syndicate doesn't kind of watch its front door, you've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 Chimera players in the, I want to say hard cap, because we're sitting here right on our 4th point. Pardon, not our 4th point, but our 4th point is LeGrand Creek. LeGrand Creek is looking pretty good. Nothing in the way of Chimera. They're probably not too interested. But if they are, eventually, perhaps, I don't know. I think they're going to sit on this 3-2. This is just like one of these meta maps where you just don't really press the 4th point. But I know Chimera definitely doesn't want to allow Syndicate to stage a big counter. So they want to take back this area, one of the strong points to the north. Because if they could stack tanks, you know, perhaps you could come across the top of the 3. But you've got a lot of lane holders. I mean, there's multiple squad leaders. Multiple squad leaders here for Chimera. Now, I'm new. Not sure what he's doing. He looks like he's back defense. He's just trolling for garrisons, attack garrisons, OPs. You know, he's your free safety. Just like in football, nobody gets behind you, nobody wraps you. So I think that's his job for the day. Now, once again, map checks. Yeah. You can see it, folks. Syndicate and Vanguardia have been completely pushed out of the E column. They're struggling just to get across into the red zone. And now with Chimera tank moving up, 7-6. The boys in chat are shitting on me, and I'm well-deserved, man. But in my defense, everything happened so last minute, man. I really, really am not a fan. See, what in the fuck? Dude, this is crazy. How the fuck am I underneath? That's nice cows. What the fuck? How do I get out of here? Are you kidding me? Bro, that is crazy. That is just crazy. So, locking on and then disengaging causes you to drop that far underneath the terrain. Yeah, I'm at a loss, man. That just fucks me up. Jesus. All right, anyway. We're just going to have to push through it. So, Keanu, Kitex. Where are these guys? Okay, this is front door. They're trying to get into the trenches. But here they come. Here they come. Our boy Mav. Chimera's trying to get that wrap. Squad leading today. He's deep inside. Wild Bill, Chimera, Mav. Wild Bill gets that dub. I wonder where Mav had his OP. Kingdom Dew. And I know I'm crazy for doing this. I'm over here locking on these guys like I shouldn't be, but I'm doing it anyway, man. It's a scrimmage. Trying to have a little bit of fun. But the damn camera's not cooperating some days, so it is what it is. But here's our guy, Kingdom Dew, old school. Yeah, and here we go. Let's not go underneath again, shall we? Yep, we did. Wow. Keybinds are they're not playing nice. So for orientation, we've got Chapel to our front, which is in the distance. I think that's the ultimate goal, but Syndicate not doing so well, getting pushed back further and further. Chimera sending runners. And I think this might go back to what I had said earlier, even though it was very briefly about communication and teamwork. You got a new squad, and they're talented players, no doubt about it. Getting that chemistry, getting that feel for one another, that communication. You know, is it there? I don't think quite yet, but this is what this is about. This is what these scrimmages are for, to work on that teamwork, getting ready for seasonal. Now, while we do have a second or two, I do want to just, because I didn't get a chance in the beginning to run down the roster. We have Black Shooter commanding today, Original K squad leading, and there are quite a few from other clans filling out the roster. 75th is in the house. Obviously, we have our contingent of Brazilians in the way of Vanguarda. Okay, Heir Apparent is here. He is in a tank, not in artillery. Taking a break from that. Okay, so there's your roster, and I'll run down the roster for Chimera in a second. Hopefully, don't miss too much action. What just blew up there? Looked like that Sherman medium. Now, is that bombing run? Get a quick pick on whose bombing run that was. That was a Chimera? Like a Chimera bombing run. Hey, appreciate all the love in the chat, guys. Love you back. I'm just hoping I got this damn thing fixed. It does say I'm streaming. It does say I'm live. Again, I hedged my bets. It is recorded. If I have to upload it, I'll upload it. Apologies. Little quiet, just trying to check to make sure that this thing is going live. says everything is good, but not sure. Garrison up in the top. I think that's just so that they don't get wrapped. They don't want to give up the entire D column. So they'll just keep a skeleton crew up there, maybe 2 squad leads. But like I said, a majority of the push will come from the east, or from the west, going east. Control trenches, then Chapel, ultimately Grandma's house. But man, we are quite a distance, quite a long ways from even talking about is Syndicate and Vanguard in this game. Because right now, you can see the lines. They're pushed all the way back to LeGrand Creek. Now, we do have some notable omissions from tonight. A lot of the comp players that have just been playing a whole lot decided, you know what, just need a little break. It's very grindy, and take a little break from it. Great suit, man. I thought Bloody Nine was dressed well. You got that by a mile, baby. All right, here we go. Ready? All right, it worked. All right, I think I might have figured it out. You streamers that are listening, whenever you disengage from your target, make sure you're pressing up. We'll have to try it a few more times to make sure I just didn't get lucky. So Syndicate, Vanguard are pushed. They're bottled up. I mean, Chimera, if they can control their flanks, they're getting great frontal pressure on LeGrand Creek. You know, Evac, Snarky, and these guys, I think you even got to push out further, because if... Okay, and Syndicate is good. They've covered map edge, so I guess this little area in between the 4, they can pinch that up real quick. This is a bit concerning. Front door, Chimera, there's not a lot of space. They're basically pushing the front door in. And it's up to Syndicate to get out there and engage, not give up the hard cap. Who's ever on hard cap defense really needs to get out there and push. Squad leader, recon, like these guys are right on the doorstep. I mean, they're just sitting there ready to launch into the strong point, LeGrand Creek. And if Syndicate, Vanguard, oh my goodness, what a massive spawn right there off the OP. Great OP. Let's get an idea. Let's pull it up. Where are these guys coming from? Like I said, there's a OP sitting behind the shed to the left of the screen. And Chimera is in this. Now, are they working off garrisons? Do they have a red zone garrison? Not sure, but Syndicate does have a front. They do have a backup garrison. And Red Rocket's getting calls to shell the strong point proper. And Syndicate's really going to need to get those timely artillery strikes in order to save this point, because right now we're 2 squads deep right now, and Syndicate is going to have to bust their ass and root these Chimera players out. And if they don't do it in the next 1 minute, this point flips. Syndicate Vanguard go down now 1-4, and they're fighting over final, and that's a problem. The tanks, we've got tanks to the south. We've got 1 crude for the Tiger. They are barely holding on. Now, what's going on to the north? Now, if Quinton and Kingdom can hook around Berlin and Holo, take out the MG. There he goes, Quinton. Quinton with a nice play. Let's go. Hey. Takes out the MG. That's huge. Now, they need to wrap around some more, even though they've at least taken out the first punch. Chimera's got a few more left in the bag. I mean, these guys are right there. Once again, that by Panic. Panic has OP sitting right behind Shed. And now, do we have Tank? Holy. We've got a 7-6 on the point proper. That artillery strike was hella. Takes out the infantry, damages Tank. This could prove interesting now if this. Oh my God, artillery. Say it ain't so. Let's see those kills. Red Rocket in the artillery with 66, and I'm gonna assume Cooler is the other guy for Chimera with 87 kills. Do have a Cooler lower third. But now, as you can see, looks like Syndicate has responded. Cleaned out the strong point. Now, they need to really do a good job and make sure they don't leave anything. All right, OP just got clapped by Dank Stanky. Now, OP is gone. I don't see squad leader. And Diesel goes down, and threat has been eliminated. And Syndicate lives to fight on. But now it's time to, you got to push. You got to push off the cap. I mean, come down south. I think that's their but you got to have somebody on the front door watching. Looks like artillery's doing a pretty good job of helping out this infantry for Syndicate. Now, Fred Rocket gets some calls for front door. That would allow the infantry to push out off of LeGrand Creek and get control of the sector. Because right now, fighting off your strong point is not the way to hold. Okay, and then we do. Look at this. We do have a artillery round. Wait 20 seconds. Probably shells are off if he's not moving his gun. So maybe 30 seconds. We're going to see some artillery landing. Guys are enjoying the cast. Throw that thing a thumbs up. And if you hit those follows, get the notifications. Would appreciate that. Support the community. This competitive scene. Support your streamers. Anyway, I'm still hoping that this damn thing goes live because I'm looking on my my YouTube and I'm not seeing anything in the way of live yet. So who knows? But nothing. It's not all lost. And I got to be honest with you. Until I had those problems with Twitch when I could just hit restream and never had a problem. But man, YouTube, very particular. especially when it works with OBS. It's a bit of a pain. Restream was wonderful. But anyway, it's still my fault. I need to do it better. So 7-6 is right on the doorstep. We've got Tigers right across the other hedge. You can see it in the distance. Big play right now. This is Chimera just saying, you know what? Screw it. We're going for it. You just don't bring your 7-6 up. I mean, I just don't see it being... I just don't see it being out of... No, it's got rounds in it. I thought they were out of rounds in it instead of just going back to, you know, rearm. They're just going to yeet it. Now, Athens and Knott, definitely you know it's there. What's up, Big Shirley? I mean, Big Sheila. Second Tiger comes and cleans up. Heir apparent. Now, he gets hit from... Looks like 7-6. Not 7. Oh, it is 7-6. Yes, it is. Oh my God, it didn't work. How annoying. So yeah, scratch what I said earlier about it working. Man, look where it put me, dude. It put me way back on hill 5. Sick. Now, Chimera has a garrison sitting at the edge. It's in there. So that's what they're trying to do. Chimera wants to come up underneath LeGrand Creek. They've already got infantry further south. And this looks pretty promising for... Now, if the 7-6 can distract the Tiger, that's the game within the game. Now, the infantry's pushing, albeit a bad position right now, with a second Tiger tank retreating. And we're fast approaching the halfway mark. We're 45 minutes in. Just a quick recap of how the match has unfolded. Quite honestly, Chimera just had a wonderful start, and quite the opposite for Syndicate. They had their transport truck with SWAT leaders get caught up in the creek, and they got there late. And when you lose time, especially when you need valuable real estate, which they didn't get early, Syndicate got pushed out along with Vanguardia, and they've been fighting to get back to WN4. I mean, it's just been a slow grind. You're seeing Syndicate and Vanguardia try their best, but I mean, right now it just looks like Chimera is just pressing them, and Syndicate Vanguardia just doesn't have an answer at the moment. I think it's going to come down to what these tanks do. If the two Tigers in the south can win some tank battles and push up off the defensive positions that they're currently using, that will help infantry move forward. You know, you get a couple nice HE rounds with some timely artillery, and maybe you can turn the point, at least start to make moves, you know, gaining position. Okay, we got a bombing run for Chimera west-east through the strong point, LeGrand Creek. And here come the boys, ready to press. Spherical, Barry, Centurion. Spherical takes down King Dome. Now Quentin, doing what Quentin does. Just mopping him up. Now, again, you see an OP. They need to press this shed. There it is again. Very aggressive. I mean, that's about as aggressive as an OP as you could possibly get. And here's our squad leader. I mean, he's just hanging them out. Gets the kill on Vec. Smoke for cover. Keanu, I don't know. Man, this guy's hopping around all over the place. Takes down Stanky Stank. And just gone into the smoke. This guy. Now, again, he's got OP. OP is still up. Unbelievable, man. Now, you've got guys anchoring. You can just see that. You got Gang. Your boy Gang over here hitting the gym hard. Let's go, gang. Napalm with the clap. Just doing that bush Wookie. If it works. Centurion gets him. I think it was with the shotty. You get him with the shotty? I think so. Oh my god, yeah, that shotty gun. Ugh. Buckshots everywhere. Wow. I know I've been holding on to that OP and staying on the point proper so long, but I just not used to seeing a OP stay up that long. I think maybe Grenade might have caught it, but even if it did, squad leader, is he still up? Is he still up? I think they might have got the squad leader, so at least now it's cleanup time. But now look at this. You've got two more. We got Vapo and Mav, two squad leaders pressing forward. Now Kiddix is sitting on top, facing the wrong way though. I mean, what a freaking great position, but he doesn't even know what's going on behind him. He's kind of clapping, but front door has been bust open once again. Bombing run. This is a syndicate bombing run from west east, south of LeGrand Creek. Yeah, and this is definitely not how Syndicate and Vanguardia had this all planned out. Interesting. Now, he was squad lead, so he left the squad. Somebody else squad leads now. Interesting. Rotating. I mean, what a job. Let me pull up the big map. There's just so much action. I mean, Syndicate and Vanguardia. Look, I mean, you're just trapped, locked into the D6. I mean, they do have garrisons to the south and one up in the top of the three, but no presence front door. I mean, they're literally getting pushed back. And I'm not sure if it's just with tank or infantry alone. Wow, 7-6 sitting right below. Don't even know exactly where the Tiger is at this point. Okay, Tiger is coming up from this direction. It is right in front of us. On the way. Got Romulus. Tim and Comrade. Now, this is going to be about as even a fight as you can get. I think the Tiger has the drop. Oh, shit. I think the 7.6 might have gotten the first pin. This is going to be interesting. Second, oh my God, delivered the death blow. The death blow. Holy crap. Nice job. Let's go. That's huge play. Huge play. I don't know if the Tiger could have slow rolled it. Maybe they thought they had a 7.6 that didn't see them. Now, man, Von Luck. Out there doing repairs. Well done. Now we're seeing some cap progress already on this 4th point. And is it, I think it just might be sector, because you're seeing lots and lots of blue inside the strong point itself. Just kind of flying around, seeing what I'm not missing from the south and north. Garrison to the south is lit up. There's... looks like Diesel might be lighting that one up. Yep, it's Diesel over here lighting it up. Bad up. It's going to try and anchor Garrison. Not let him take. Now Bad up gets the kill. Stuka. Didn't see bombs land. Bodies to the north. This is what we're seeing here on the recon flare. Yeah, Syndicate keeps rolling their tanks back to help kind of plug the holes. We're seeing lots and lots. And oh my God, we have one. Man, this was Von Luck, the guy who just took out the tank with Romulus in him. Man. Uh-oh, here we go. We've got a second. We got round two. What do we got? To the south. We got our looks. Yeah, he dipped his toe in the wrong pond. Takes a shot from... and the looks goes down. Shadow. Level 9 assault. Yep. Tiger gets satchels on for good measure. Won't need it. Now all that distraction, can Chimera capitalize further and get into that front door? Because now you're not dealing with tanks, you're just dealing one-on-one with infantry. And it looks like some guys have made it into the cap. Panda. Panda's in there. And yeah, don't worry about those statistics, boys and girls. My guy over at WTH is hooking me up with some stats. He's the gentleman that takes care of the helos. If you guys are familiar with that, basically tracks the players, just tracks teams. I think it's a really cool system. So anyway, it's just for you guys that are your stat nerds. Love stuff like that. I do. Okay, fighting on the back end, you see Giga on the glider. Now he's just trying to keep the dogs off of the strong point, LeGrand Creek. Now, what is it going to take? Let's just, I mean, you guys see the map. It is very, very crowded inside the sector. The sector being CD 5 and 6. This is your sector. There are bad garrisons. But you've given up the north. And they're pressing the front door awfully, awfully hard. So this is the north we're looking at. And we can see why Syndicate's not there, because Chimera owns it. And they're now basically funneling. If the Chimera guys to the north can somehow traverse that open field, perhaps with some tanks, it's going to be really difficult for Syndicate. But I don't think they're looking to... do this. This line right here is going to be solid for Syndicate. They are not going to get across this. I don't think they can. I mean, unless they have tank support. Now it's going to be up to the people on the hard cap to clean it up. Again, this seems to be the favorite building. O'Shea, what a kill. But yeah, that shed right there is very popular, and I'm surprised we don't have Syndicate players in that area watching the front door. Let's get down and dirty. Shit, you got him, smoke him. Get it all out. Grenades, smoke. As long as you can tie up the defense, maybe one or two guys. I mean, they got more than one or two guys. Mav and his whole squad keep getting right in the front door. Now, Bam is just doing a job here. Nice. Now push out. Try and clean your area up. Goes against Mav. Mav gets the win there. But again, this is something I think the Syndicate's going to look back with Vanguardia and say, whoever's on hard cap defense needs to push out. Now, I know because they're getting pressed, they don't want to move. But I think that's when you call in some help and say, guys, we're getting folded here on the main, on the point proper. You know, maybe Wild Bill can send a couple of his guys. Maybe Keanu has a few that they can help push out, because Maverick, I'm going to call him Maverick. I think he's been here the whole game. And then you've got this machine gunner in Holo. Sheesh. I mean, look at this. Talk about just beautiful. Sorry about that. Wow. Very rusty. I think I need to cast more. But here, Holo is just, you know, relocate. Now he's dealing with some crossfire from another MG. Now, satchel and distance goes off. Might have been defensive. And you're seeing he's guarding OP to allow his squad mates to join or hop on that. Yep. That's what's going on there. Now, where exactly is this? Just in front, just to the east of trenches. Now, El Cid. All right, we got artillery now. Now, that is garrison as well. Identified. Front door garrison. Now, the time is absolutely flying by. Down to about 25 minutes left in the match. It hasn't been looking good at all for Syndicate and Vanguardia. I mean, the match isn't over by any means, but I think it's going to take the Syndicate tanks to have one hell of a push toward the end of the match. Help this infantry get off the hard point. Now, to the distance, you can see this was our main midpoint. We haven't seen WN4 for quite some time. We've been kind of parked right over here by LeGrand Creek. And it's mostly been Chimera pressing, kind of bottling up Syndicate and Vanguardia, and they haven't really been able to break out. Tough map to do it on, too, because there's just so many lane holders with MGs. Now, Vec, he's got eyes on 7-6. But Toos is right there. Vec sees him, gets his man. Yeah, I'm going to track him. He might get there. It doesn't look like the 7-6 is well protected. He claps OP. That's going to send alarms. Garrison, he's going to take Garrison down first. Nice job. If I had the Vanguardia, I'd put that up for you, buddy. Boom, let's go. Oh, that's not the right one. Fat fingering the hell out of that. Now you just got to finish the job, my friend. Get the tank. Or at least take out that damn MG. Nice. Not sure who got that. But, man, this opens it up. Tell me he doesn't have any rockets. He doesn't have any rockets. Misses that shot, but he sees. He's got two. Squad leader Mav gets him. Nice shooting. Now, where are Syndicate tanks? 170 on fuel. We're plus 90. 22 minutes left. We got Tim, Comrade, and Romulus coming out of the main. Mid-main. Syndicate was able to pop up a red zone, but it's immediately locked out. This is Chimera doing a fine job of spreading that front line. I mean, when you're locking out garrisons and your freaking midpoint is WN4. Now, Hammer, not sure what he can do. What do we got in the distance? Not much Hammer can do, even though he's squad lead. He probably... Oh my god, he takes out the crew! Didn't even realize they were there. That's a huge misplay. Wow. But Lord comes and helps him out. The spotter. One in the crew, just donut. Where exactly? Okay, we're pressing again. We're almost to the area just southwest of the chapel. Now this is encouraging. Now you don't want to hit that. Ooh, nice. Let's go. Let's go. Vec with the big plays, taking out what he originally set out to do. Now that's a Garrison. That's a filthy little Garrison. Come on, old Shaggy. Yeah. MP40. Oh, man, it's going to be tough. Oh, takes out the... Tried to pistol him. You had to know there was more people around, but definitely no Garrison now. It's marked. O'Shea has marked Garrison, I'm sure. We'll hit him with that. Intel, super important now. The rest of the boys need to come up and hunt. Now Von Mack. Oh, dealing with a fresh Garrison spawn. That's going to be tough. Artillery strike's about to land. Garrison has been called out. How's our man Kid X doing? He's still holding bushes. Where you at, kid? You're just... What do we have in there? We have a medium holding the creek. Basically looking for any tigers that want to poke their heads out. Okay, controlling this area just to the north. Now this is interesting. We've got Tim. Tim is moving up. If Syndicate can protect these tanks that are pressing in, there's 3 tanks pushing direct east. They really need the tanks to stay up. Infantry needs to do that job of not letting them go down. Collapse OP, baby. Gets 1. Gets 2. Takes down Tusi. Vamos. Now that's great. Now Vec made some inways. Now Von Mack, Hammer, they have to take the space that he created, get to that shed where Zero Sum is. Cannot be content with just fragging. You gotta take space. And looks like Chimera is just doing a little bit better job of getting in that space. And here we go again, round 2. Now, I wish these guys look like a lot of shift W going on. I mean, like, yeah, you're running into like there's another one. I mean, like, just running and getting clapped. I think, you know, not running in the open. You know, hide behind the stone wall. At least you got some hard cover. Hammer gets the clap. Now Von Mack can get in there. He gets taken out. You could just see the desperate struggle to get this shed. Hammer, Vectros are very close. Now there was Garrison here. It's right there where you see Mav, Centurion. So obviously controlling the shed will allow you to get into that open space, get the Garrison and eliminate the threat, and hopefully get a foothold underneath for the first time, I think, since the very, very beginning of the match. Artillery, timely for Syndicate. Takes out 2 more. Now Hammer needs to move his guys up. Not get too greedy. But this is the great coordination. This is nice coordination now we're seeing from Syndicate, Vanguardia. The Vanguardia group, along with some of those Syndicate guys, can move up. You do have tank support. Oh, they're pulling out. Big map once again. How we doing? Do we fan out a little better? Good. We do have some squad leads in the south. And now there's a presence on the front door. So about 10-15 minutes ago, things were looking pretty slim, pretty rough. But this is probably the first bit of good news that Vanguardia and Syndicate have had pretty much since the beginning of the match. Now if these guys down south keep pressing north, this looks positive. This looks good. As long as the squad leaders don't outrun their squad mates. Squad leaders need to keep their OPs up. Arc goes down. OP from Mav might get clapped. The Bears. And that's going to help Lord with the recon flare for Chimera, lighting up all Syndicate players. Wow, big Garrison spawn right there. Things are looking up. You can see Syndicate slowly, along with Vanguardia, moving up. Oh, Spherical gets on their 6. Takes down 3, 4. Holy shit, nice play. Spherical, one of the OGs. I've seen that guy on a Friday Night Fight a few times. Shooter. Van Mackinson. He sees Garrison. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Let's go. Gets OP. But they do have guys anchored. That's what they do. They watch in the building. Diesel's over there watching. But again, artillery, great neutralizer of infantry. And for the first time, wow, what Syndicate is doing, along with Vanguardia. Now you just need a satchel. Just put that satchel down, El Cid. Is that satchel placed? Attaboy. Attaboy. We feel it coming. He's just gonna sit there. Hell, he's gonna blow up with it. He's like, you know what? They're not defusing this mofo. And he's free to go. And that thing is just about ready to go off. You can see it draining down, and boom, it goes. Along with Garrison. Nice job. Doesn't get Diesel. But Dank McStank, he knows there's people. Well, one guy. Napalm. Your turn, buddy. Come on. He knows he's there. Work his way around, get into the building. Uh-oh. Oh, he gets clapped. But cavalry has arrived. Vet trying to go for the AT. Doesn't get Diesel. Diesel is working the shit out of this building. Goes down to Daddy. Daddy. All right, tanks are no longer sitting in the back. It's go time. I mean, we're roughly 10 minutes remaining, and the Tigers can no longer sit back in defense. It's go time. So we're definitely seeing that the push will come from the south. We're going to stick with our Tiger. And how did I not show Athens lower third at this point? Are you guys kidding me? Let's go. Right, Big Sheila? Now, bombing run. We hear bombing run. Supplies inbound. Now this is, yeah, a little bit desperate. As long as they've got room to back up, I don't think. Yeah, Tiger is somewhat safe, believe it or not, even though there's not a lot of infantry. He does have a backup. So the two Tigers working in tandem. Very nice, covering one another. Now we do have a sneaky. Who do we got that? Okay, the OG and Mr. Bullet. Now let's run with these guys for a little bit. Not sure if he's going to get a fourth point. I'm seeing is getting a little bit of cap progress. What is Bullet doing over here? Is he just... And now if I were them, this is the edge between the F and the G. The furthest distance you could put a garrison up, so I don't know if they're looking to put something along this line, but it won't matter now. Because Goose fried his ass. Our chapel, which has been in the hands of Chimera the whole entire match. Okay, both Tiger tanks watching the creek. Saying, all right, Inf, let's go. We're going to try and pave the way for you. Now, what's interesting is there hasn't really been much in the way of Chimera tanks. Because I'm wondering where their 7.6s are. Track them, puddles. Oh, a little short on that rogue trooper. It's the carcass. Wow, a second one falling short. Smart play, but oh no. Can Snarky help out in time? Oh, the second Tiger doing God's work and helping out. Now, fourth point is being capped. How are we looking? Do we have garrisons? Yes, we do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, if it goes beyond 50%, we'll take it as a real threat. Second bombing run. Who we got? Is that defensive? No, offensive. That is Chimera bombing run. alarm bells going off for Syndicate, Vanguardia. You know, did they leave themselves too vulnerable? Did they push all in and not really secure the back end? Now, we got a fresh spawn out in the distance. I do believe that's got enough to hold the 4th point. Yeah, there's not enough coming for Chimera, but what Chimera has done skillfully is forced Syndicate, Vanguardia to redeploy all their players, give up the progress they had made to make sure that this 4th point didn't go. Airhead coming down. What kind of airhead are we looking at here? Is it Allied? Is an Allied airhead. It is a Chimera airhead. Evac has got this in the bag, just waiting for it to drop down. No problem. And it should be down, and just like that, airhead threat. Now, tank situation. 1 tank on the board. Fuel is gone. There will be no more tanks for Syndicate. What is a medium? So they're working basically with 1 heavy, 1 medium, and about 4 minutes remain. .76 coming up. Wow, long distance dedication. Let's go. Who was that? That'd be Romulus. Now this is a nice push along the creek. That's what we're seeing right here. Tank has been eliminated, but you can just see they're nowhere. I mean, this is the sector, right? There's not a single body in the sector yet, and time is short. We're talking 3 minutes left in the match. Perhaps an airhead, bombing combo, some last minute shit, because, you know, this is where Chimera is going to bring up their defensive tanks. We've got a tank over here sitting by Chapel. Probably just going to rotate to wherever the infantry is coming. Now we got a second. So we've got 2, count them, 2 fully crewed 7.6s sitting just to the south of Chapel, right here, lighting up on your map from recon. And this is what you do. You don't sit passively. You go out and you attack. You don't allow them to get the foothold. Now Bear Corps is in a tough spot. As a recon player, he gets 1, gets Mav, great shot, but man, he's just overwhelmed. Too many guys. Now, original, like I said earlier in the match, you know, you don't need much in the way of defenders. I mean, DV, this guy's buying space up here. I mean, he hasn't moved. He's been here for an hour and 30 minutes. The guy owns the silos. I mean, this whole group right here. Recon flare going out. I mean, this is just what you do on defense. You light up your enemies and your MG just does the rest. So, once again, the 4th point starting to bend. front door completely smashed in. Two minutes, not even. We're talking 12 seconds. We know that there's 2 minutes for cap time. This is how it's going to end. 2-3, Syndicate, Vanguardia losing to a very game Chimera team. Looking very strong from the beginning, closing this game out. And like we always say, the rest is just window dressing. Let's just check the stats while we have the time. We got Black Shooter. Almost 5,000 build. He did his job as a commander, building garrisons, tanks. Not bad. I mean, again, the standard is 3K, but that's not a bad score. Red Rocket, great job, buddy. And now we need to hit those stats. So Cooler 189, Red Rocket 178. These guys lit it up too, man. I mean, for a guy who doesn't normally do. Actually, I think he's the protege for Heir Apparent, so he's actually new to the role, but doing a great job. Brazilians played well, nice job putting up scores. Quentin, one of their best shooters, 508, big combat effective score. And just the rest of the guys are just struggling a little bit. Second tank had a little bit of a tough go of it, and now let's just check over. Here are your tankers and Diesel and Cooler was your artillery guy at 1600. And I forgot to mention, but I guess it goes without saying at this point that all of the rules are always going to be seasonal because seasonal's coming up, which means one artillery gun, unmolested, nodes are always built generating their 60, and the Panther tank is banned. For obvious reasons, because it's incredibly OP. And that's how it's going to end. Even though the game looks like it's going to end in a 1-4, it's going to end in a 2-3, not enough time. So GG's to both teams. Definitely well played for Chimera. I think Syndicate came in here, thinking, they're ready. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. This was a good match. I know they played IR recently. I'm going to jump back into the main. So yeah, Syndicate had a scrimmage against IR. I believe it was IR. One of the Chinese teams. I don't know. They switch names. It seems like every other week. They might have been IR with a little bit of Alpha in there, and who knows. But they played a 3-2 on... yeah, I don't even remember, but they played them pretty well, and they were feeling pretty confident coming in here, and Chimera put it to them real nice. So, a productive scrimmage. I'm sure there's a lot of material that both teams are going to go over, see what they did well, see where they need to improve. Again, if the stream is jacked up, I apologize. I will upload this just as soon as I'm done here, giving you the wrap up. But yeah, so make sure you guys are doing, 1 second, hang on a minute, there we go. Just make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys so much for doing that. Getting close to that 500. Just need a few more, and that would be great. What else do I have to say? Oh, and I didn't get a chance to say this earlier. Helio, the stat system that records everything. Definitely check that out. Go support those fellas over there that keep that up and running. They do a nice job. Definitely check that out. They compile all the stats for seasonal, and it really helps the streamers out when you're looking to create like your pregame shows, and for all the stat junkies out there, those guys are the guys behind the scenes doing that work so that you guys can enjoy all this production that we put together for you. So anyway, yeah, I think that'll about do it. Great game. And hopefully we get to run this back once or twice more before seasonal starts. Like I said, seasonal should be starting right around April. That's the word, April 14th. I think that's the day I've heard. I could be wrong. It could have changed, but that's what I remember from the last time I was on the seasonal Discord. And yeah, so make sure you guys are, you know, here for that. It's going to be a wild tournament. It's the best HLL tournament there is. So all the best teams come out, and everyone plays the other tournaments hard. But this is the one that everybody really guns for. This is the ones that everybody wants to be a part of. It's the longest, most prestigious tournament in Hell Let Loose. So anyway, that'll about do it for me. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and catch you on the next one. Peace.